Hey y'all, Clint here with 3Daptive. As this video goes live, I am launching a brand new VR gun stock called the Modus 4. In this video, I'm just going to do a quick overview covering the new features on this brand new gun stock. So here it is, the all new Modus 4. Now, right off the bat, you're going to notice some similarities with my last gun stock, the ModusR. Here we've got the ModusR and the Modus 4 kind of side by side, so you can see the similarities here. The Modus 4 is also a paddle gun stock like the ModusR. However, the paddles and grips are now magnetically assisted, as you can see the magnets on the grips here and on the paddles. So while you still will need to grip the paddles to secure the controller, the magnetic array dramatically improves the quickness and consistency. You can actually feel that slight magnetic pull when you're looking for the paddle, and as you grab that paddle, it locks right in as you close your hand. A rare complaint of the ModusR was the learning curve of its paddles. However, with this new magnetic assist, I think that anyone should be able to pick this stock right up and get used to it really quickly. It's just really simple to use. Additionally, I have slightly redesigned the Colt controller grips. So these are slightly thinner, retaining the natural feel of the Quest 3 controllers. These grips, just like the previous ones, will replace the battery covers of your controllers, at least for the Quest 3. Now these are very simple to install and remove. You're simply going to line up this interior ridge on the grip with the back spine of the controller. You just line those up, and then you slide it in, and that'll click right into place. Now once that's clicked in, that controller's not going anywhere. That's nice and secure. There's actually a small tab in here which locks the grip to the controller. Like with my previous stocks, these grips also feature a nice soft Velcro hand strap with adjustable positioning here at the top. And then there's also 4 slots at the bottom so you can change the position of this strap. So that's nice and comfortable, stays in your hand. You can open and close your hand, and the controller stays right where it should be. Removing the grips is very simple. All you do is lightly push this tab at the top section of the grip to disengage it, and then you just slide that right off, and you can gain access to your battery compartment. Now, one of the other major new features of the Modus 4 is the redesigned articulating front section. So as you can see here, we've got these new lightweight grooved aluminum tubes that we're using on the stock, and the front tube can now be adjusted forward or backward at any time. So this really eliminates the need for that third paddle that would go right here for switching between long guns and SMGs, because all you got to do is just slide that right back and you can have your short weapons. So depending on how you want to utilize this feature, you can set this. You can use this adjustment knob right here to loosen the tension on this. You can use this sliding feature to use pump shotguns. You can set it to a medium tension if you're just needing to switch between weapons, but you still want that rigidity, or you can fully tighten this down in the case of games that have like built-in gun stock calibration and you're not going to need to adjust that front grip. Another on-the-fly adjustment featured on the Modus 4 is this redesigned central hub here. There's actually a TPU rubber washer that's sandwiched in between these two parts. And now while you've still got a nice stable connection here, with a little bit of force, you can actually adjust the height of your foregrip at any time. Again, this is a really nice feature to have in games where you frequently need to readjust the gun stock quickly. For example, in something like Ghosts of Tabor, where switching weapons or adding optics can totally throw off the alignment of your sights. Being able to move that foregrip up and down as you need to, you can get all of that aligned super quickly and get right back into the action. Now, if you do prefer the rigidity of a toothed hub here, like on the ModusR, it's really simple to do. All you need to do is remove that rubber washer. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick. And then you just take this section apart, take your rubber washer out and set it aside. And then we're just going to reassemble this. So now you have a toothed hub that's nice and rigid. Once you fully tighten that down, and I've also redesigned the interlocking teeth on here. It makes it a little easier to adjust, and I've also increased the number of teeth so that you can get a finer adjustment angles on the foregrip. But once that's tightened down, that's nice and sturdy. That's not going anywhere. So as with my previous gun stocks, you can also adjust the angle and tilt of the offhand. So you can adjust the angle this way. You can adjust the tilt this way. While the main hand is now integrated into this central body of the stock, you can still adjust the angle this way, as well as the linear angle of the stock by up to 5 degrees, positive or negative. And that's done by actually rotating this angled spacer that sits between the body and the paddle on your main hand. If you rotate that, you can actually adjust the angle of the stock, and that'll get you lined up in just about every game. So moving along to the back of the stock, another part that's been fully redesigned for the Modus 4 is this new buttstock. And one of the main things is the independent cheek weld adjustment. So you can move this cheek pad up and you can move it down about 2 inches to adjust that cheek pad to wherever you need it to be to get a nice good cheek weld. Additionally, now with just this one thumb screw right here, and you can slide the buttstock forward, backwards about 2.5 to 3 inches right here. You can also position it up and down, and you can also rotate it to you can get that buttstock exactly where you need it to be, pretty much no matter what. You can also tilt it side to side, just like that front foregrip. So the last thing fully redesigned for the Modus 4 is actually the adjustable 2-point sling. So now you've got 5 total sling attachment points on the stock. You've got 1 right here, 1 behind the grip, and then 3 along the butt of the stock. And the way that these work is by actually threading these soft elastic cords through the openings of the stock, and then through this narrow section, and then you just pull that tight, and it locks, that little knot actually locks into place. So we'll go ahead and put this on. So the sling itself is now actually made from a 1-inch elastic webbing, and there's a silicone grip on one side that this should help prevent the sling from sliding around on your body, especially when you let go of the stock. There's a few reasons that I chose this elastic material for the sling. Primarily, it allows you to keep the sling nice and tight, while still allowing you to manipulate the weapon and shoulder the stock however you need to. But then in times when you need to detach from the stock, say you're throwing a grenade, using a health item, doing some other action or whatever, the stock stays nice and close to your body and it doesn't flip around and get tangled up when you're moving around. Keeping that stock close also means that it's going to be that much faster to get right back into it. Another bonus of this sling is that it's pretty much silent. There's no more rattling of clips or metal parts bumping against the stock and taking you out of the immersion. So you can actually run this sling as well in a quasi single point configuration. I'll go ahead and set that up. So now you've got this stock in a single point just right at the butt, and that just kind of hangs straight down, but it still stays nice and close to your body. This is actually my preferred way to run the sling. I find that it just works really good. It doesn't tug a lot when you pull up and shoulder the stock. So there's actually one more thing. As with most of my gun stocks, you can purchase an optional bipod, and you can mount this either in front or behind your foregrip up here. So we'll go ahead and put this on. So this bipod is, it's really lightweight. It's not going to add a ton of weight to your stock, which is a good thing. You can adjust these feet in and out. They've got nice rubberized foot pads on there, and you can flip these down and set them on any surface to stabilize your aim. If you want to go prone, you can do that and use the bipod for sniping or whatever. Sometimes something I like to do instead of going prone is I'll just use one leg. And I'll go down on one knee and I'll rest that bipod on my knee, and I can get really steady shots that way. And then when you're done using it, you can just flick both of these forward and you're good to go. And you can easily do that as well with the controller in your hand. That's not a problem. So anyway, that just about wraps things up for the new features of the brand new Modus 4. Again, this listing should be up as this video goes live. You can follow the link in the description below to find this stock on my Etsy store. I'm also working on creating an official store, so I'll add that link as well as soon as that's up and running. Thank you all so much for taking this time to watch this overview. I hope that some of you are as excited about this new stock as I am. I truly appreciate everyone's support, and especially that of all my existing customers. It's really because of you guys that I was able to make this into a career. So sincerely, thank you. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I will catch y'all later.